What's up, everybody? This is Jason, and I haven't done one of these in forever, but I have such a big stack of cards. I thought I'd just go live. There might not be a single person who pops in and even watches, but I thought it'd be fun to do. And I just, I've already went through all these, or at least most of these, and put them in my trading card database. But I wanted just to show off what I have picked up over the last couple weeks. I've been crazy on eBay and just been buying a lot of stuff. So first up is some main features from AEW with Upper Deck. We got a Dax Harwood, Shawn Spears, Brandy Rhodes, no longer with AEW. Thank God. Ricky Starks, and Colt Cabana, Colt Boom Boom Cabana. So that's good. Then I picked up a Shawn Michaels. Let me get better. There you go. Shawn Michaels. This is from 2010, if I'm not mistaken. 2009. 2009 insert. 2009. Another Shawn Michaels here. This is a In Your House. It's a die cut. Pretty cool looking die cut. If you remember back in the 90s, WWF/E started doing it in your house, like a pay-per-view or special. I remember watching quite a few of them. They always felt like they came on Saturday mornings or something. I could be wrong about that, but I felt like I always see them. Maybe we recorded it and watched it on Saturdays. I think this was just added. This is something I got. Next up was a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. This was an insert. I thought this was like an actual card from the 80s, but it's not. It's an insert card. It's called here Flying Cross Body Press with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I'm not for sure who he's. I think it's Ravishing Rick Rude, if I'm not mistaken. So there you go. But this is an insert card from 2000 and I believe 12. Yes, 2012. So there you go. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's one of my boys. Next up is an Andrade Autograph. So I think I got this for like $7. He's now with AEW. He was with WWF for quite a few years. This is his NXT card, and I like how there's all this space down here. He could have wrote his name, but he writes it here, and then goes up towards his nips, towards the little nippy nips. So that was kind of strange, but there you go. Andrade, I actually like his character. He's coming on pretty strong recently on AEW. So there you go. I think somebody threw this in here for free, but it's a Mark Henry insert card from Topps, I think Chrome. Yeah, from Topps Chrome, which he now is with AEW, so I will take that. Next up is a Bryan Danielson, or Daniel Bryan with WWE, but Bryan Danielson Chrome card from 2000 and I want to say 15, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 2015. So there you go. During his yes movement right there. It's pretty cool. I got to say, most of these cards I got for $1 a piece. The Andrade Autograph, like I said, with taxes and shipping was like $7, which was pretty good for an autograph. On-card autograph was pretty good. Everything else is, I think I spent pretty much like $1 here, $1.99 off and on. So we got this Daniel Bryan Danielson. Another Bryan Danielson. This is a refractor right here from the Topps Finest. So there you go. Doing his yes chant. He's doing lots of interesting things with AEW right now. I'm super pumped. This one here, I didn't think I was gonna get. I thought I throw a bid out there. I'm gonna throw like a $2 bid. I honestly thought I was gonna get outbid because, quite honestly, it seems like it's a pretty desirable card. It's kind of unusual. It's not. Hey, what up, W Boggs? Vogs, what up, brother? But this is a Stone Cold Steve Austin 2000 No Mercy card, and it's kind of a chrome look to it. You really can't tell, but in this, but it's very chrome-ish, and it's like him pouring out a beer. I don't know, like leaving the ring or going to the ring or whatever. But I kind of went on a Shawn Michaels and a Stone Cold spree recently, and now it looks like Stone Cold might be coming back to wrestling. He might have one more match, shockingly. So that'll be cool if he ends up having one more match. He's 50. I think they said he's 57. So if he has another match, he's definitely and he's had some serious physical health conditions over the years. So I'm not for sure how much he's going to do, but if he just gets in the ring and puts somebody in the stunner, people are going to lose their minds. Then we have a Tay Conti from NXT. Went back when she was on NXT. She went by Tanera Conti, I guess, back then. But in AEW, she goes by Tay Conti. And I got this card because it was like $1.50. I don't even remember. I got her. I got a bunch of cards. The cool thing is, quite a few guys I found recently, I was buying cards and I saw they were the same different. There were like 2 or 3 guys, and I bought a bunch of from them. And they worked out a deal and gave me like a bunch of like free shipping on a lot of the stuff. So they got Tay Conti, who's becoming a pretty big star in AEW. And then we got Dasha. She's a commentator for the Spanish team. She's also a like interviewer. She's also a ring announcer. She also does like the pre-shows. So I think she's a really cute. She's a really cute gal. She actually got in the ring and did some. She did like one match, which was pretty funny. You could tell she was definitely out of her zone, but it was cool. Zombie versus Stone Cold at Mania, baby. Yeah, let's do it. I'll take a stunner. I'll do the best stunner reaction he's ever given if I got to go. Another Tay Conti with AEW here with the main features. I think this is a silver. There's the AEW with Upper Deck with like just like anything else. There's a lot of this variants. There's the regular, there's the silver, there's the gold, then there's a green, there's a red, and I think the green and the red are numbered. But this is silver that has kind of like a little bit of a refractor action up here, and then there's a gold one. So here's a Tay Conti. I have all these, but then when I was able to get them for $1, I think these are her like AEW. These are her first AEW cards. They're not her rookie cards. But when I could get them all for $1 a pop, and I think she has a big future, then I want to pick them up. Here's another one. Here's her base card. Like I said, I have all these already. I have all the base cards because I got 2 hobby boxes. If you go back and watch my previous videos, I was able to get a couple of hobby boxes, and I got everything I need as far as making a complete set. And then I had some doubles, but I didn't really have a lot of the stars I really like or the ones I think that have a lot of potential. So I'm going through and picking up a bunch. And this was a lot. So I got a bunch. I got all the Tay Conti insert card or all the Tay Conti cards. Then I got a couple of Brandy Rhodes, who's no longer with AEW. Rest in peace. I'm so glad her and Cody Rhodes, aka Stardust, are on their way out. Here's her canvas card, which I did not pull. I want to get as many of the canvas cards as I can. I want to get as many insert cards as I can, even if I have doubles. If I can get a lot, if I'm spending like between $3 to $5, $8, $10, depending on how many cards are in the lot, I'll just take them as many as I can. Just hold on to them. I think this set's going to have the AEW set. The first one is going to have a lot of staying power, but a lot of the subsets, I think, and inserts are going to have a lot of really big staying power as the years tick by. Then I picked up a Chris Jericho, this base card from 2000 and what year was this? 2009. This is a Jericho. It was cool. Did not have this one. I just, like I said, for $1, I'm trying to pick as many of the just like low hanging fruit as I can from all the AEW wrestlers. This was a cool one I picked up. I didn't think I was going to get. I thought I was going to get outbid. I think I got it for $2 with shipping, but it is I believe the very first cards ever produced of all in AEW. I believe like first like kind of like showing they did of like a lot of the wrestlers that went on to go to AEW officially. I think they had a working relationship with Ring of Honor. So here's best friends. So you have here Chuck Taylor and Trent, but he's going back. He's going back with his initial name Trent. Beretta, I guess, and Chuck Taylor. So I got one of these, and I got one from one other guy. But this set's super hard to buy altogether, and when you do find it, it's like $200 to $300. It's not even kidding. So I can pick up a couple of the solo cards as individual. I'll pick them up and take them. Next up is 1980 or is it 1990 maybe 1990. Ricky Jake the Snake Roberts, Ready to Strike card. This is a ringside action with him and Damien. So I did not have this one. Excuse me. I didn't have this one, so I need to pick that one up. And then I have Daniel Bryan on another refractor. These refractors look great. I don't know if you all can see the refractor action on here. I know the light's kind of, giving it to, but anyways, anytime I can pick up any of the, wrestlers that are over with AEW now, but they're WWF cards in a refractor version, I think they just look really good, as you all know. Top does a really good job with the chrome and the refractors. So I'll pick this one up for, like I said, I keep saying it, but it's true, for $1. Next up was Penta L0M. Right here, another one of the all-in cards from, I believe, AEW, when their very first promotional or matches they did, or shows. It was with Penta and Ray Phoenix. Here's the back of the card. But I'm a huge fan of the Lucha Bros, which is what they go under at AEW. I mean, they also have their names, of course, Penta and Ray Phoenix. But I really like them. The match they had with the Young Bucks, that steel cage match, maybe the best steel cage match I've ever seen. It probably is one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen. There was so much awesomeness in that match. And then I saw this, and the guy was selling both these cards. And I'm not, and like I said, I am a fan of both these wrestlers, but I'm not really a big time collector. But when I could get the cards for I got both cards with shipping for $4, I think maybe $5. I was like, sure, I'll do it. It is the Mattitude cards. The first one is Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is number 4 out of 10. And the next one is an Undertaker card, Mattitude. So got them both for, like I said, it's a couple dollars. Yeah, I was just like, I mean, Undertaker and Steve Austin, like I said, Shawn Michaels. These are not AEW guys, but these are guys I grew up watching when I was, this knee high to a toadstool. So I was like, I'll pick them up. Another one is Macho King right here, Randy Macho Man Savage. I picked up this card, and this guy had both cards I wanted to get, I did not have. And the other one is these are both the classic cards from, I believe, 1990, if I'm not mistaken. Right, 1990. So I really enjoyed these cards. I'm sorry, I loved Randy Macho Man Savage, by the way, as growing up. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. So there you go. Everybody just can't help themselves when they want to talk like Randy Macho Man Savage. Next up is a insert card of the Steve Austin Stone Cold. I don't know anything about this, but this insert there's 4 or 5 different variations of this card out there. There's white borders and black borders, and I don't know, some other kind of border, and there's different variations on the back. So here we go. This is the Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then I think this is just a regular base card, but it just really cool looking base card. I just like it. It encompasses Stone Cold so much, in my opinion. So this is a very cool Stone Cold Steve Austin this base card. And again, kind of like what I did with the Stone Cold cards, I threw a couple dollar bids and I won. And one of them was a Goldberg card. Again, not the biggest Goldberg fan in the world, but I mean, I did love watching him on WCW back in the day. He had that streak of not losing and just annihilating people for I don't even know how long. It felt like it went on forever, but I'm sure it didn't. Excuse me. But anyway, so you have Stone Cold. I'm sorry, you have Goldberg, And then somebody threw this card in for free, which is cool because even though it's an AJ Styles card, Chris Jericho is the one who's getting ready to take the phenomenal forearm, it looks like there. So I feel like it was a cool card for my Jericho collection I'm starting to build up, because even though, like I said, he's not like by any stretch the reason for this card, he is on it. Next up, what's kind of cool was a um, Goldberg of the 2021 card. This is just the base card. I put $1 bid because I really wanted to try to see if I can get the card that was in there with it, and it's the numbered card for Goldberg. This is numbered out of 199, but it's a numbered card. 173. I knew he had a lot of matches. I couldn't remember how many. I know they got Jade Cargill over WWE. I'm sorry, AEW, who was at now I think 27-0, and I feel like they should do something similar to her. Maybe not 173 matches, but they should do like maybe 50 matches without losing, or over 50, something like that. I think she needs to have like a nice long run of never like not getting beat. I think that would be really cool. I gotta be honest, I don't know anything about this guy. He came in a lot of the All Out cards. It is a wrestler apparently named Flip Gordon. So it just came in there. I just was like, okay, I'll keep it because it's another card for the collection I did not have. Goldberg should still be undefeated. You're right, Joey. So here we have a card with two characters that would never fly nowadays based on their gimmicks. And just, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a card that is an iconic, dare I say, card of Kim Chi and Kamala. This is the only Kamala I would vote for. Kamala, the Ugandan giant, and then Kim Chi, which is a white guy with the name kimchi, which is a Korean food, which is fermented cabbage, dressed like some kind of like, I'm assuming some sort of like explorer. And then Kamala dressed in some kind of, warrior face paint and everything else, but the dude's from like really Mississippi in real life. These are characters you would not see nowadays. It would like people would be triggered. But back then, this is what you had at WWF. Everybody had a gimmick. Everybody had some larger than life persona. Everybody jokes about there was like if you had a job, the job was your gimmick. You had guys that were trash men, and you had guys that were like tax people. You just had everything under the sun. So, anyways, clowns, all kinds of stuff. So there you go. Kamala, he just passed away about a year ago. Then I got these. These are cool. I didn't realize this was like so off-centered when I bought it, but it was in a lot. These are the French cards. Will you paint me like one of your, or will you draw me like one of your French girls, Jack? But this is a 1987 of taking a bow with, like I said, probably my favorite wrestler, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He's coming to town in the next month or month and a half. I'm so excited to meet him. I cannot even express my excitement. Just super pumped here. We have another one. This is another of the French cards, the OPG. Are you down with the OPG? Yeah, you know me. Are you down with OPG? Yeah, you know me. So I got some of these cards because I want to get them autographed. I think I have some other stuff that a little bit, maybe more cool items, but I know I want to get one of these cards signed. Here's another one with him throwing throwing out Randy Macho Man Savage. Might be a cool one to get autographed. So I'm trying to think about get one or two cards. It all depends on how much they charge these guys. Some shows I feel like they charge pretty reasonable, and then I've seen other shows they charge like the starting out price is like $40+ if not more, and they try to charge you extra for a picture with them. I'm like, come on, guys. You should be happy that anybody wants to still get your autograph. And I mean, of course, you should get paid for it. Don't get me wrong, but you shouldn't be charging through the nose. And then this is cool here. Some more of these are the Hulk Hogan cards, ringside action. Listening to Hulkamania. These are the Topps cards. This is not the French version, the OPG. Oh, Ricky the Dragon Size of the Mill. Nice. Yeah. So I mean, I don't care. I say it all the time. I'm a Hogan, huge Hogan fan. I know it's not the cool thing to say nowadays, but it's whatever. And this is one of the French ones. This is the OPG. It says American made, and then it says Bien American. Oh, enchanté, parlez-vous français? Oui, oui, la rue de place. But anyway, so this is another one right here. Huge fan, like I said, Hogan. So saw this, thought, yep, need to add that one. And then the last card is the WrestleMania 4. It looks like here. Is that WrestleMania 4? I think that's right. I can't ever remember because of the Roman numbers, but I think that's 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is. The Roman numbers here on the back. It's V1 is 4, and you have a V, and then the one behind it is 6. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, so we have Hogan here getting strangled by Andre. Andre the Giant. Andre. But yes. And Andre the Giant was probably my favorite wrestler of all time. Him and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. But I've heard that Andre's passed away recently. So I won't be getting Andre's autograph. But Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's coming to town in a couple weeks, so I'm super pumped about that. Definitely getting his autograph, like I said, on a couple of things. Also, I came across. I mean, it was like awesome. It came across on my Facebook page, probably because it like has those algorithms, as you all like to say, as all the cool kids say. But apparently, just about 30, 45 minutes from my house, Jeff Hardy's coming to town, and you could do like a meet and greet, and I guess he's doing some kind of like acoustic concert. And that's like going to last maybe an hour-ish, 45 minutes. But then he also going to stay an extra hour and a half for like a meet and greet. So $20 to get you in, I guess, for the 45-minute concert. But if you paid $50 total, you get the concert to watch there for him singing for 45 minutes. But then you get like a hour and a half of hanging out with him. And I'm like, and the cool thing is hanging out with him, that'd be cool. I mean, obviously, I'd talk to him if I had some one-on-one time. I'd talk to him about when is he going to be coming to AEW, but because what's happening, it's definitely going down. They've already even alluded to it with Matt Hardy last week when he just got up and just left during a match with his guys were getting the crap beat out of him, and then Tony Schiavone goes, "Well, that's really erratic behavior," which was an exact statement they said about Jeff Hardy in WWF or E. Said that he had erratic behavior, that's why they let him go. But anyways, if you paid $50 at this meet and greet for his concert, that comes with 3 free autographs or free autographs with that. So I'm like, I'll pay you $50. I get a concert. I get to hang out with Jeff Hardy for a short time or with a bunch of people, however it breaks out. And I get 3 autographs. I already have my things over here. I'm going to get signed. I might get more signed, depending on how much they'll let me sign. So 3 come with it. I'm assuming if I ask to get more stuff signed, they'll let me get more stuff signed. I just got to pay for the difference. Or maybe he's going to be really cool and be like, yeah, man, just whatever. So I'm thinking about getting this copper card signed right there in the middle, this chrome copper card. So I'm thinking about getting this signed. And then I have this card here. Not getting that one signed. I'm not for sure yet. Maybe, maybe not. Then I have a couple of the base cards from that copper one. The copper one just looks cooler to me. So I'm thinking about maybe I'm bringing everything, but I'll see. And then I have a couple of the inserts. This is Jeff Hardy from the ladder match DVD box set. That's Jeff Hardy there at the top, of course. So I thought about maybe getting that signed and getting that framed up. And this one's specifically Jeff Hardy. I feel like this would be great to get autographed. Tell me what you all think. Having him sign it right here, like he can sign as big as he wants down in here. And that'd be a really cool thing to get autographed. And then I can display it like in a frame or some kind of, I don't even know what you would call that. Some kind of, top loader. But get this framed, signed. And then the box sets themselves. Get the box set right there, signed possibly. Again, Jeff Hardy's right there. There's a lot going on this. I want a nice clean surface, so that might not work. Then you also have The actual box set here, Jeff Hardy, again, having him sign this might not work because there's a lot going on, and he'd be signed over his head and maybe up through the lettering. So I don't know if that would work. And then the last box that I have, or the last DVD I have, is here, Greatest Tag Teams. I thought it'd be cool to get him and Matt to sign it. Obviously, Legion of Doom's no longer with us, so that's not going to happen. But getting them to sign it. But again, there's a lot. There's a lot going on here. I don't know if it would take away from the autograph itself. So let me know what you're thinking. But I'm really thinking I'm leaning towards definitely getting this signed, because I feel like there's a lot of good open space on there to get it signed. Then also getting the copper card signed, because all this is really nice and like light, so we can sign across that. It's a chrome. I think this is oh no, it's not a chrome card. Good, so it's not a chrome card. I thought it was a chrome card. So I think it would look good signed right across there. And then, like I said, maybe this one right here, this other one, because again, you have white, and then of course you have his, the skin tone. Again, this would be easily signed and be easily shown. These are really dark cards, so he'd have to sign like in silver. I feel like maybe it would be not as good. So if I only get three, I have to pick three, which is fine. I have some options, but I'm just thinking about what I want to get signed. I might take everything and just put it in my bag, my satchel, my man purse, and then just see, because sometimes at these kind of like meet and greets, the celebrities or the wrestlers or musicians or whatever you want to call them, the movie stars or whatever, the starlets, if that's even a thing anymore. They're a lot more relaxed, and it's kind of a relaxed atmosphere. You're having drinks, you're having maybe like some hors d'oeuvres, and then you can probably just talk to them like as people, not as like the quote unquote celebrity that they are. And they're like, yeah, man, I'll sign a couple more things for you, no problem. Or they might be like I get 2 or 3 more. They're like, hey, man, I'll do them all for like $20 more. I've seen stuff like that. I mean, the answer is always no if you don't ask. So I figure like I bring everything. I get the 3 things for sure signed, because that just comes with the deal. And then I just say, hey, man, I got a couple other things. I mean, this is for my own personal collection. I mean, I've been a big fan of the Hardy Boys forever. I know he's headed to AEW here in about a month and a half. I think he has a handful more days for his 90-day no-compete clause. But they've done all kinds of alluding to it. Him and Matt are already wrestling on the independent circuit. So, that's already happened, and that started happening like last week. So it's a formality before he goes and starts wrestling with AEW. And Matt himself has been saying before Jeff even was let go, that they want to have one more run as the Hardy Boys as a top tier tag team. So that's going to happen. I think it's going to be awesome if they got to be a tag team champs. Not that they need to be for a long time, maybe a couple of months, whatever, 6 months or whatever, and then they can put somebody else over. But like, it'd be cool for them to like get it off of like Jungle Express or Jurassic Express, or whoever. I think Jurassic Express should lose it to the Hardy Boys. That's what I think, because that would be a big push for them also to lose to a top tier tag team. And it would put them on their right away, like right at the top of the tippy top of the wrestling of AEW, and they can have a good 6-month run, and then they can do their like the next pay-per-view or whatever. They lose it to whoever, Santana Ortiz, hopefully not the Young Bucks. And we need no more Lucha Bros again. Somebody else, so maybe FTR. That'd be cool to see FTR. I don't think they've ever wrestled together, so that'd be a cool one. So I actually would shoot for I'm booking it now, guys. I'm the booker. So the Hardy Boys beat Jurassic Express in a month and a half or whatever. They hold the titles until the end of the year, and then whatever the end of the year tournament is, they lose it to FTR. That I'm calling it. Let's make it happen. Put it out there in the ether. That would look awesome. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. I think it will too. I think it'll look good. Like I said, I mean, all 3 of those items I think look good, but I think definitely that the purple with maybe silver signature would look really good on that. And then the other 2, the cards, maybe blue on the one with him. He has the face paint on, maybe blue I guess silver would look okay too, but I think blue would look good there. And then on this one, I feel like black maybe. I don't know what do you all think. Black or cross there? Black or blue? Maybe blue would look better there too. I don't know. Maybe blue would be better there. But black would be okay on this one. That'd be good, black or blue. But blue maybe on that one better. And then I think like silver on the insert, the wrestling DVD insert. I feel like that might be the best right here. So yeah. So we'll see. Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah, there's a lot going on in the wrestling world. I'm hoping I'm gonna be able, maybe I could tomorrow, possibly Joey. Oh, Jailbird Joey. We could I can maybe we can get on and do this live. Well, I guess we could do it live or we can record it. I guess doing it live would be more fun. And talk about, there's been a lot going on in the wrestling world over the last 6 months since the last time him and I did one. I don't even know. We did one a while back. Then we talked about Cody and Brandy leaving AEW, which like sent shockwaves around the wrestling world. Like, I honestly never thought that was going to happen because, you know, he was one of the pillars when it came to creating AEW. You know, he was a executive vice president. He was really high up with, you know, on the card. His girl, you know, his wife was like in all kinds of storylines, and like she was doing her like little side projects, and you know, so I mean, I knew she was also pretty involved. She also like the executive brand officer or something. She was like brand officer, like chief brand officer, CBO. So yeah, and then she just actually had that cool song they created for her. I like that song. That's like the best thing about Brandy was that song that Mikey Ruckus or whatever just made up a couple months ago. That was her new intro song. I really like that. Talking about being on Flex and blah blah blah, all kind of stuff. I like that. So North Carolina Blue, nice, Scott. I like what you did there. Like it a lot. So I'm actually happy that they're gone. You know, I was never a big. I think Brandy's good looking. I think she's hot, but I just was never impressed with anything she did. Even, you know, when Dan Lambert, who is like legit gold on the mic, cannot even get you over with the crowd, you're in trouble. And he even says that last week. He was like, I can't even being up here with me, I can't even get you over. You have that much like go away heat that no one even want. Like, even I can't help you out. But Cody Rhodes, he's kind of like the Young Bucks, and I'm glad that shockingly Tony Khan is like letting them like not have say so in all the storylines, and they were like always in like every like contender match when it came to big matches involving belts. So I like that. And you know, apparently it's all, which is always is. I understand it's a business. It's all about the money. You know, Tony didn't want to give Cody the money Cody just thought he deserved, and so WWE apparently is going to give him the money he thinks he deserves or more money. So I hate to see Cody go. Glad she is gone. Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I like Cody in the ring. If Cody just wrestled in the ring, if he just wrestled and he stuck with what he was good at, which is like hyping up the crowd and interweaving like good, like what's the word I'm talking about? Like good, like strategy. What's the word I'm looking for? Like you know, I'm trying to think of the right terminology I want to use, but waving storylines and good, like connecting the old with the new, like, you know, be able to intertwine that. He does a great job with that. But man, like it goes back to when he started. He got on. He did about like back towards the end of last year or 2002 and into 2000 or 2001 when he started doing that whole thing with Anthony and Go-Go. And he cut a promo about branding and black people, white people, and his biracial baby, and he started talking about politics. And it's like, dude, you just cannot do that. Like, people turned on him just like that, and I'm one of them. When he started bringing real world stuff into the thing, I'm like, dude, I watch wrestling just like I watch everything else to escape what's going on. And he was trying to make everything like he was trying to talk about like legit personal stuff in his promos, and like I tell you what, up to that point, everybody was on the Cody train. After that point, that's when he started getting booed. People started like didn't like him. They started like just losing their minds. You started people turning on him. You know, online in the arena. Dude, when people were throwing his belt, his weight belt, back at him, like they had about a month ago, they threw his belt at him. Like, you know, things got real when you got a souvenir, a legit wrestling used souvenir from an actual match live on television, and that person picked it up and then threw it back and almost hit you with it. You know you don't got the fans anymore. The fans have now left the building. So yeah. Let's see. Zombos. Oh, this is Henry. Hey, what's up? I don't know what you're trying to say here, Henry, but yes, I mean, I don't know if you're trying to use some Spanish or what here. Where's a ton of WWE cards and local shows? I'm talking about since only about man, dude, you only bought 2? Come on, Henry, where are you at? Lambert is awesome. You are correct. Scott, he pushes. I'm not turning heel too much. Yeah, he pushed that. He brought that up like all the time. Oh, I'm not going to turn heel. I can't. I'm not going to turn heel. That was his talking point. I'm not turning heel, and I'm not. I can't go. I can't. I signed an agreement that I can't go after the world championship belt. I'm just like, we hear that on every promo you cut, dude. I bought a Miz card and Sami Zayn and Grandpa Edge. Grandpa Edge. Yeah, no. Oh, Grandpa Edge. Yeah, I like Edge. I kind of hope he shows up in AEW eventually, like him and Christian. That'd be cool. I mean, Christian's already said. I mean, we all know wrestling's, never say never in wrestling, and wrestlers say whatever they need to say. Then as soon as somebody offers them more money or more opportunity, they're gone. So I don't ever want to make it sound like, but Christian has said that he's never been as happy as he is right now. He's never been as happy with this promotion. He's never been treated so well or respected so well, and that he feels like he's getting all the accolades he's ever wanted. So I'm gonna be surprised if Christian doesn't just retire with AEW when he decides to retire, and not go anywhere else. It's like stay there. Like, so I'm hoping maybe Edge, whenever his contract's up, might pop over and they might have a little run themselves. Could you imagine the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian, man? Having one more run and in their 40s, in their mid to late 40s. That would be pretty cool, dude. I mean, it wouldn't be nowhere near be the level it was back in like the 90s or the early 2000s, but man, it would definitely be fun to watch. And Jeff Hardy, he's not slowing down. Dude's crazy. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm hoping maybe Edge will pop over, because if you think about it, he got 3/4 of the original like TLC guys. That whole kind of attitude era, like top high flyers. Once Jeff gets over to AEW, they're gonna have 3 out of 4. That's pretty impressive. Let's see here. He killed me with when he beat Sammy for that. At that point, I'm biased, but it didn't help. He killed me when he beat Sammy. Yeah, you're right, Henry. He is finally on his own, Christian. Yeah, but the thing is, like, for me, it was kind of bittersweet. I know where you're coming from, Scott, but I've always said this. I'm not a big Sammy Guevara fan, and I'll tell you why. And again, same thing. I can tell you what it boils down to. Whenever you start injecting your real life into the gimmick, and then you don't follow through with your real life stuff, it just bothers me, because it's like you're trying to like have your cake and eat it too. It's like, leave your personal life out of wrestling and vice versa. Like, if you want to, everything's a gimmick, like MJF, that's fine, because you don't know what's real and what's not real. That's different. But when you have an online personality, a quote unquote real person, and then a wrestling person, it's 2 different things. So when he did like 5 months ago, he did this whole like, I'm going to marry you to his girlfriend or whatever. And he did this whole big spiel about, you've been with me through thick and thin, and when no one knew who I was, you always were by my side. You've been there through when I come home broken and bruised and battered, and you were there to heal me and take care of me. And then, as soon as he started hanging out with Tate Conte, he was like, psh, get out of here, you fat cow. Now I got my hot new girlfriend right here. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but that was the way it felt like. You know, he was just kind of like, Pam, you're the best, you're everything. And then, like, not even 2 months later, he was like, you're out. Let me bring this hot new girl, you know, who gives me all this attention or whatever into the mix. And I just was like, dude, you should never have done that. That's your own personal life. Keep your personal life out of the ring. No one wants to see that, especially if you can't even go a year after doing that whole big spiel, and then you're already banging some other girl, and then like called off your marriage and all this stuff. I'm like, man, that I don't want to see that stuff. Like, don't do that. Like, WWF and /E was notorious for like mixing like real life with their characters, wrestling characters. I don't like stuff like that. I don't want to like cheer on bad behavior. I don't want to cheer on or support a person who has all these like, you know, shortcomings, but then you want to like support them, but then you don't because you like realize in real life the dude's like a total douchebag. That, you know, this girl that's been with you for forever, his own words, through the tough times, the bad times, all that, and then, you know, she doesn't hold the same level of whatever hotness or whatever you think that this new girl is. You just kick her to the curb. I mean, that's exactly what it is. You can say, people can say whatever it is, but that's what it is. I just don't like stuff like that, so that just took me out of it. Yeah, so keep your personal life out of the spotlight. What you do behind closed doors is none of our business. But when you bring it on TV, it becomes our business. That's the reality of it. And then when you're gonna act butthurt when people like don't like what you're doing, then you're the stupid person for even doing that. No one would know who your girlfriend is if you didn't bring her up every single time you had a chance, and then literally propose to her on national television, and then 2 months later kick her to the curb. It's like so ridiculous. Yeah. I agree. I'm glad you saw it. I thought it was too much for sure. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect either, but I'm also not going, trying to get like all kinds of like, you know, whatever is the word, I'm like accolades or so much like views and whatever, by putting my personal life out there so everybody can like judge me. So yeah, man, tonight, right now, AEW's on. I'll be watching it in the morning. Super pumped. What do you all think about Keith Lee? Keith Bearcat Lee showing up. Yeah, I mean, Tay Conte's hot, dude. Do not get me wrong. If Tay Conte showed up, I'm going to keep her around. I'm not kicking her out. So I hear you, dude. Tay Conte for sure. I like Dasha Fuentes. I like Dasha. I think she's cute for sure. I like what's the other girl? Oh, what's the Britt Baker? The one who's like her like helper. What do you call her? Like oh shoot, what is it? She's the one who always oh man, Reba Rebel. Yeah, I like her a lot as well. So yeah, there's a handful of girls that are pretty good looking for sure. Matt was born in 74, Ed in 73, Jeff in 77, and Christian in 70. Yeah. Yeah, they're all close to 50. Thanks, Henry. I figured they were up there. I didn't know. So Jeff's just a little bit older than me. I didn't realize. I thought Jeff was actually a little bit younger than me. So Jeff. So I'm 43 this year. So he's 44, going to be 45 coming up. So yeah, so I'll be 44 this year. So yeah, so that's crazy. So yeah, but yeah, so I know they're all getting close. Like you said, they're all getting really close to 50, which I figured was the case. I mean, I knew they were closer to 50 than they were closer to 40. So yeah, that's nuts. But I'm hoping they'll end up eventually getting an opportunity to all wrestle again. So oh no, nothing wrong with being near 50. No, not at all. Hey, what? Oh, George, what up? Big Pimpin, spending cheese. I said a big Pimpin. What up, dude? So yes, dude. Oh shit, we got Bob Lewis in here. Bob Johnstone Lewis, Bobby. This is like the bees. I feel like this is the old days, back in the olden days. I almost feel like I got to put some music on to like, you know, to really go back for some nostalgia. Let's get some music going. I'm not gonna have it real loud or nothing, but we got to do some. We'll do some music here. All right, let's turn it down though, so it's not blaring. Um, we got some heavy hitters in the group tonight. I honestly never thought there'd be this many people ever again in a live stream. Remember the 2019? Yes. We need to get those yellow ribbons and put them on our trees like back during Desert Storm. Oh, man. Let's see. Just freezing the testicular tubes. I bet you are. I bet it is freezing. That is true, brother. Oh, my gosh. That's cracking me up, dude. We got some Billy Ocean up here from Jewel the Nile. Not Jewel the Nile, I think. Romancing the Stone. So we got George, and then we got Scott, we got Henry, we got Bob. Who else was in here? I think Joey was in here a few minutes ago. We got Henry, of course. So yeah, dude, this is a hooty hoos in here. So yeah, man, I kind of felt bad because oh shoot. Troy reached out to me and was like, "Hey, dude, you know they're doing the whole Hall of Fame thing again," and I was like, "Man, dude, I'm done. I have no interest in doing it." I was like, "I know, I'm sure you want me to participate because he knows I would put him over." Oh, Purple GT22, dang, we're pulling out the big guns. So, but I felt bad because people like Henry, people like Troy, TTM Autograph, you guys definitely deserve like all the accolades out there. So, yeah, Steve. I mean, like, there's a lot of people out there who deserve that, but I was like, I'm so disconnected from that now. Like, if I did one, all I would be doing, honestly, would be just to like, it'd be so transparent. I just could not bring myself to do it. So I'm sure Troy's probably, not a happy camper, but I mean, I had to be true to myself, and this was like, it ain't my thing. So yeah, I guess congratulations to whoever got in or whatever that was. It was not for me. It was not for my liking. So yeah, so Keith Lee's there. Danhausen, dude, I am so thrilled that Danhausen is on AEW now. I cannot believe it. I've been the biggest fan of his since about like a year ago when I first found out about who he was. Such a great, this character, I guess is the best way to do it. Yeah, I don't know. You talking to me, Bob? Sorry. Are you talking? Did I get my patch? Did you get your patch? Are you talking to me? Did I get my patch? Sorry, against my customer rising, I guess. Doc Dunn hit me with a script before. Yeah. A lot of people get real worked up about that whole stuff, man. It was funny. Yeah, I got it, dude. Yeah, after like, yeah, Mike reached out to me like, I don't know, beginning of last year, I guess, or when it was official. He said something, or he said something to everybody. Hey, I'm gonna send out your thing. Well, I guess that was last year. It feels like it's been like forever ago. And then like I never got it, which again I don't care. And then like people would be asking me like, "Hey, did you get your patch?" And I was like, "What?" Because I'd stopped really caring, and now that I ever really did care, but it was like I'm like, "No, I never got it." And then like one day, Mike reached out to me out of the blue and was like, "Hey, what's your address? I need to give you your patch." So I do have it. I have it in my bedroom. I put it on my ceiling. I look at it every now and then. I'm like, "Oh, thank you, Mike. You're the best." And thank you for all my adoring fans out there who put me over. So, for sure. Yeah, you're right, George. You're exactly right. It's just blowing by in a completely non-questionable adult manner type of way. So, but oh, who's this? I forgot who's saying. Oh, this is Madonna. This is Madonna. Oh, Madonna singing "Crazy for You." I didn't get my yeah. Yeah, dude, that was the whole Patch thing, dude. The whole Patch Adams thing. It was funny because at the end, as you all, if I remember correctly, it got kind of heated and contested there towards the end with me and a couple people in the community, which again I could not care the least about. But the crazy thing is, I actually got a friend out of it. Me and Garrett now, Card Cutter, are pretty chummy. I talk to him on a quasi-regular basis, either through texting or we'll call each other up. And I think I'm going to be hooking him up with autographs at a couple card shows or a couple wrestling conventions here in Indiana. And he's always offering to help me up with anything I want. So I mean, it's been great. So, I always like, you can take any bad thing and turn it into something good. In that situation, we took lemons and made lemonade. I have more. Well, of course you have more subs than me, Henry. I don't do anything on my channel anymore. But also, you deserve them. I don't want to make it sound like that. I don't want to make it sound like I'm being egotistical because I am definitely. You all know me. I am not at all like a person who's full of himself whatsoever. I'm the least likely person there. But I don't do videos anymore, so I don't. As most of you all know, if it's people who aren't here currently know, like one, there's like no consistency with me anymore. Two, I talk about things that most people who initially came to my channel don't care about, which is movies and wrestling. That's 3 or 4. Then 4, whatever goodwill I created over 2 or 3 years on YouTube. Now that I'm in my 4th or 5th year, but my initial run on YouTube, I've like completely blown that up because of all the times I go in sideways on people and calling people out and telling people I'm done with baseball and cards in the community and like talking bad about people in the community because not bad, calling them out, and that might be perceived as talking bad about them, but calling out BS. The people just got tired of it. So I what do you call that? What's the word I'm looking for? I kamikaze my own channel a year ago, year and a half ago. And I mean, I went in hard on the whole, politics and baseball thing when they pull the games out of the World Series or the All-Star game out of Atlanta. Man, I went hard. I mean, that was probably my last video that I had so many views on, aside from some of my AEW videos that I'll do. But I mean, I went in so hard on that, people lost their mind. So I'm sure that's the reason why my channel has not move up, but it didn't crash really either. But it did definitely not moved up anymore. Which again, I don't even care. Like I even started. If you go back and watch the initial thing, I don't think anybody will even watch this video or even pop on live when I started showing off the cards because I thought no one cares. Which again, I don't blame them because I've done plenty of things that piss people off. So you listen to Clarence Carter. Oh, of course, Clarence Carter. Look at the patch of the city. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, remember that song from the 90s, George, about Clarence Carter? There was like a 90s song that they bring up his name. They had just made patches from Worthless like they should. I'm done with baseball, dang. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know much about that, Henry. I just see it pop up on my like news feed on Facebook or whatever, talking about there might be a lockout or they're going to push back the spring training, apparently, possibly. I read it. I understand it intellectually, like what I read and I understand, but I don't follow it at all. Like I have no idea why or what's going on, and honestly, I don't care. I have zero interest in caring, but yeah. Stroking, that's the name of that song. I be stroking from the east. I be stroking from the west. I be stroking to the girl I like best. I be stroking. Yeah, you didn't know I knew all that. It's right up here. Hey, man, I appreciate it, Bob. Check it out on Unchained Cinema. Hey, you're one of the contributors, dude. You contributed like 2 episodes ago. That's awesome. We got to have you back because I want you to do one here soon with me and Chris, where we do like, rarely seen or known films and like put some of those films over. But yeah, stroke it, Clarence Carter, but don't stroke it. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't stroke it too fast. I mean, stroke it. Yeah, that's right. Dang it, beer's empty. Yeah, I had two at the bar tonight. They have this great sandwich. I loved it. I go there. I went over there. I brought me one of my wrestling books. I'm like such a nerd. I'm sure everybody in this whole town, this small town I live in, is like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? And it shows up at the local bar. That's a nice place. It's not like some like hole in the wall. I'm there. I get my this awesome sandwich they have, homemade onion rings, and I get my book out there and I'm reading my book at the counter at the bar. And I mean, I'm sure I've seen people look at me like this. What are you doing here at a bar reading by yourself? What kind of a big L loser L7 are you? So yeah, and I'm like, I don't care. It brings all the girls around the yard. So yeah. Time to fill her up, Henry. Yeah, that's true. With his wrestling magazine. Yeah, exactly. I used to go in there years ago when I first moved to this area. I used to go in there with my horror magazines, not horror magazines, my horror magazines. And I probably got even worse looks because it's like gruesome covers. Of course, it's all pictures, where the book is just a book and there's no pictures in the book. Not yet. I mean, I'll get to that. I'll have to go back to that point eventually. But I had my horror magazines I'd be reading through, and I had so many looks like, what in the actual hell are you doing, dude? I miss those. Yeah, dude, I love those old WWF wrestling magazines and I think Pro Wrestling's still around or whatever it's called, or Pro Wrestling Illustrated. But it's like once every couple months, and it's mostly online. I think you can buy a hard copy or physical copy, but you got to pay more for it or something. So. But I think it's out there. But there's a couple of them that are no longer. I mean, pretty much all of them are all gone except Pro Wrestling Illustrated or something. I don't even notice the looks anymore. I don't even notice the looks anymore. No kidding. Oh man. Yes, I don't. Yeah. And like I said, because I live in such a small town here, in the town I live in, people. I know people. They know me. They know my son. So I try to be somewhat, like not a total douchebag, but I cannot make a commitment completely. So, oh geez, I do not want to listen to this song. This song's like depressing. It makes me want to go cry. Cry me a river. What? Oh, maybe will let me like. Will let me skip it? Will let me skip the song more? No, will not let me skip it. Fudge. Let me see if I can. Let me do this now. Okay, maybe that'll work. All right. Where's the Shari's waitress at Bob Evans? I don't know if I understand the question, Henry. Shari's. Oh yeah, this song's good. This is David Bowie, right? Yes. David Bowie with his two different color eyes. So, do you think AEW is going to get much talent and not know what to do with them? Yeah, dude. So, Steve. Yeah, I didn't realize you were a wrestling fan, Steve. Man, I got to get you on, dude. You should come on my channel sometime. We can talk wrestling. That's a great question. I didn't realize you're a wrestling fan. No, I'm excited now, dude. Yeah, maybe you can come on and we can do a live stream. But anyways, so yes, I do believe that now that Cody's gone, quite honestly, I think it actually is going to be helping AEW and Brandy for that matter. Let me turn this down now I'm getting serious. Let me turn down David Bowie. I think that them leaving. Yeah, I will let you know, dude. Steve, seriously, I'll I have my email. I have my email in my YouTube channel. So if you go to it, email me, and I'll give you my phone number. So we'll connect that way. Because I don't really do email too often. Because I don't really keep touch. Anyways, email me, give me your number, or vice versa, and we'll set up a time and we'll try to do it this weekend. But to answer your question, I think that having Cody gone and Brandon gone actually will help because Cody and Brandy have injected themselves into like almost every major storyline or created storylines just for their amusement and took away a lot of, I think, a lot of the other people's opportunities, like to move up the card and to like have their own storylines. So I think it will help. But I'm not too fearful right now about it because I think they're doing a good job. I mean, you got 3 hours of TV, 2 hours of Dynamite, 1 hour of Rampage. I feel like they've been doing a good job of mixing in established wrestlers with new talent, with some of the veterans. I feel like they've done a good job of mixing it as well. Now, a lot of people won't watch like Dark and Elevation, their other shows on YouTube because it's not as high end. The wrestling's not as good because it's younger and talent, and they're also like trying to give some of the newer wrestlers that are have a lot more going for them, more reps and things. But if you watch some of that, even if you just watch the matches you want to watch, it does build build steam, I think, in my opinion. Let me take a look. What about me? It's not fair. Can't you see? You got more than you give. Henry, what are you talking about, dude? Are you wanting to also go on? You also want to go live and we talk wrestling? Don't tempt me with a good time, Henry. Definitely, brother. Just let me know. Yes, we will do. Yes, Steve. So I mean, I think it's going good. I do believe that they have too many wrestlers that they're not using right now, unfortunately, because they have some established storylines that need to be worked through. Because I want to see Jay Lethal a whole lot more. I want to see Danhausen, even though I know he's still injured, but I want to see him plugged into some storylines. I don't know where Abaddon's been, but I like Abaddon. She's like a female version of the Undertaker with a whole like zombie, ghost, evil creature shtick. I like that. I kind of feel like Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, Men of the Year, have been doing some really good wrestling. They've been in some really high-profile matches, especially Ethan Page. But then they've been jobbed out recently, and like they've been doing a lot of job work. They keep getting beat by Cody Rhodes or Sammy Guevara, or they get beat by Inner Circle and all that stuff. So, I'm like, you got some. I love Ethan Page. He's one of my favorites as well. So it's like you got these guys and you're kind of pushing them, but then you push them right into getting jobbed out. So I'm just like, what are you doing? So I'm hoping they kind of turn that around because I think you got some really good talent there. So I agree. I'm not a big fan of like Kyle O'Reilly and the whole like Switchblade stuff, and Adam Cole. I'm just like, man, whatever. So none of that stuff's really like been connecting with me. The Bryan Danielson stuff's been awesome, or Bryan Danielson. The CM Punk stuff, the MJF stuff's been great. I like the new House of Black or the Knights of Black. Whatever they're going by with Malachi Black and Brody King. I love all that stuff. I just shot you my number. All right, awesome. Thanks, Steve. I'll get with you. Yeah, I agree, Scott. All the new talent, man. And I like that they just done like Sting and Darby. I think that's great. I like that. I like that they have FTR with Tully Blanchard. I like how they are now using they're somehow putting Darby and Sting along with like Andrade and Matt Hardy. I like that actually because you got like private parties in there a little bit. I don't know. I like that dynamic. They're like trying to do some stuff, moving some stuff around. I do see that they're trying to like come up with some formulas, which is good. I really do like that. Man, imagine waking up to Abaddon. If you see what Abaddon looks like in real life, then I would imagine waking up next to Abaddon because she's actually really hot in real life. I agree. Love me. Yeah, Serena Deeb, another one. And as the funny thing is, Hikaru Shida just did a podcast, or she did something recently, and she kind of talked about how her and the Japanese wrestlers that were once a really big deal with AEW when they first started out have fallen down the card and aren't really being used anymore. They sent pretty much all of them back to Japan, or they all left after their like little like segments that they had on like a 2-month lease or 6-month lease. They had him with like Joshi Pro Wrestling or whatever it's called in Japan. And I used to really like. She called her. She's probably my favorite wrestler with female wrestler. But ever since they got in like Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, Jade Cargill, Chris Statlander, Mercedes Martinez, all these other like really big heavy hitters. Honestly, none of the Japanese girls. I'm kind of like you know, like Sheena's probably my favorite still left out of that all those Joshi girl wrestlers or whatnot. But I feel like her and Serena's been having some banger matches, which is great. But I just feel like I don't like that kind of Japanese wrestling, that kind of comical, you know, dancing and slapping and just, you know, once in a while it's okay. But like the one girl like Maki Ito that was like just fall, like she just like went like stiff and like fell and like dropped her head on you. I don't know. I mean, some of that stuff just doesn't work for me. Or like the one girl, Murakami or whatever her name is, like do all the like 1,000 slaps in the chest, whatever her name was. I was her name Aniki or something. Some of that stuff just didn't translate for me. I'm just kind of like, you know. Now I lived in Japan for years. I understand it. I love the Japanese language. I love Japanese people, but I just don't like that wrestling style. Yeah, it drives me nuts. I'm just kind of like, all right, dude. And the thing that the American wrestlers have to sit there and be like, like, you know, I'm just like, it just takes me out of the match. That's like having, you know, I don't even know. It's like having some like really small wrestler like beat a huge wrestler, or like a female wrestler beat a male wrestler. Like it just takes me out of the match because you just know that no matter how great the female wrestler is, she's not going to beat like a Miro. Like don't tell me that, you know, Serena Deeb's going to beat Miro. It's just not going to happen. So don't even do it. Like it takes me out of it. So when you have a girl like even though I do like her, the one who dresses like Freddie Mercury, Sakura, whatever, Emi Sakura, when like she gets in there, she like does her little shtick, and then all her like her little girl groups, like they look at the camera, they're doing peace signs and like all of a sudden I was like, oh my god, like all right, here we go. So yeah, it just so. Anyways, I do think with the women's division was pretty weak initially for the first almost 2 years. But the last year and a half, man, has really come onto its own, dude. I mean, they have some great female wrestlers. I didn't even mention Britt Baker. She's just awesome. Britt Baker's great. I feel like Anna Jay, I'm not her biggest fan, but she's got a lot better. I kind of like the whole storyline they're doing with the Varsity Blondes chick. I can't remember her name. From Bloomington, Minnesota. What is her name? I forgot. But the cheerleader chick. I like the whole thing that she's doing. She's like committed to the eye patch thing. I like that. You know, I like to see where that goes with the whole Malachi Black. If she turns heel, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see what that might look like. I think she's actually a pretty decent wrestler for being so young. But Abaddon, where did she go? I want to see her back. I think she's a really great wrestler also. Definitely cool gimmick. I know that's not everybody's thing, and it's not like she needs to be in every match, but they need to use her a lot more, so I don't know what's going on with her. But I don't really like to see – we don't really need any more legit Layla Hirsch. Dude, they need to get her in more storylines. I see they're doing that with her and Chris Statlander. But legit Layla Hirsch, she might be like barely 5 foot tall. She's like 4'11" or something. But when you see her wrestle, you don't think, even though the girl she's wrestling is like 5 or 6, like Chris Statlander, who's probably like 5'8", 5'9". I don't know, she's probably that or close to it. But it's believable to see them wrestle. Like when seeing Layla Hirsch wrestle, you're like, okay. Like you don't feel like she's gonna get like destroyed. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. But anyway, so with all that being said, I feel like to get back on somewhat on point with you, Steve, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for them to keep going. But I want to see Miro back. Whatever happened to Kip Sabian? Who knows? I don't know. It feels like it's been forever. I know he was injured, but I'm like, dude, that guy. I mean, I see him pop up all the time in like Ethan Page's videos, like toy videos. I see him in backstage stuff. I see him in pictures like online. I'm like, where's this guy at? Like, why is he not? He don't even come out with Penelope Ford anymore. Like, he doesn't have to wrestle if he's still injured, but he doesn't even show up anymore. I feel like he's about to go ready to go out the door too. Yeah, the eye patch thing again, another great thing. I can see Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian going to WWE. It makes sense because first, Penelope Ford's pretty hot, and they like their hot, chesty women in WWE. That's for sure. And Kip Sabian has that really good looking. He's a British guy. He has a lot going for him. He has that really good, clean cuts, handsome, good looking look. So I can see him being, even though he's really tiny compared to a lot of other wrestlers, he probably get jobbed out. But I can see him being used over there. So we'll see. Yeah, she is legitimately awesome. Like I said, you have people like her, like people like Rey Fenix, uh, or Rey Mysterio. You have small wrestlers, but they wrestle big. It doesn't feel so unbelievable because they're such a good wrestler. Sometimes when you're not a good wrestler and you have a huge size, that helps you. Jade Cargill, she's so much better than she started out being, but she can get away with stuff because she's a monster. But if you take Jade Cargill and put her in Layla Hirsch's body, you're just like, dude, whatever, man. Don't waste my time. But because Jade Cargill is like a legit superhero, you completely believe everything she's doing. It doesn't seem at all fake. What fake? All at all. You know what I'm saying? So you're just like, this is like legit Storm from the X-Men. So I feel like she has lots, and she's gotten so much better. I really like Jade Cargill matches. She's been going to longer matches. They used to give her 1 minute matches, 2 minute matches, so she'd get in her 2 or 3 big moves, and it was over with. And I'm like, dude, that's not helping her. That's not helping her develop because she's not able to go the distance. Do a 10-minute match. Do a little longer match. Sell. She has to learn how to sell some stuff, and she's doing a lot better selling, which I appreciate. She even sometimes will sell now, which she wasn't really doing too much initially for the jobbers that she's been wrestling. So, it's good to see her do that finally. Julia Hart, that's it. Yeah, yes. That's the Julia Hart. I couldn't remember her name. So, yes. Julia Hart, I feel like the whole thing with the patch she got going on, I feel like she's going to join the House of Black. She's going to turn on the Varsity Blondes, which would be a great thing because, again, AEW so far has paid off to their fans storytelling and long-term storytelling. They don't do dumb stuff like WWE does. So Julia Hart's been going on for 2 months now with that patch. I've even seen her when they do segments backstage. Ethan Page does his vlog. He does the AEW the Young Bucks. You even see her sitting down in the commissary area with everybody eating, and she has a patch on her eye. So it's either she knows that she's going to get filmed, so she puts the patch on, or she's living the gimmick right now and just puts her patch on when she's at work. I don't know. But I appreciate that. She's not walking around with it in her pocket. But she's she's always working the patch, which is great. Who is Johnny? What's this guy's name? I forgot. This is such a great song. I love this song. El DeBarge. El DeBarge. I love this song. Who's Johnny? You know what movie this is from? Short Circuit. The movie Short Circuit from back in the day with Fisher Stevens and Steve Guttenberg and Ali Sheedy. So, anyways. So yeah, that's kind of so again, what are your, I feel like I should just send you the link right now. Maybe I should, let's see here. Let's see, what can I do? Let's see, can I leave and come back, I wonder? Let's see here. All right, so let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do this now. Let's see. So there's the link. If anybody wants to jump in here with me, we can just talk. I mean, why not? I've already been doing it for already an hour and 15 minutes. So if anybody wants to jump in, Scott, Henry, Bob, Steve, George, I don't know. I mean, if y'all want to talk wrestling, there's the link. Hop in. If you don't want to, if you don't feel like it, you don't want to, that's totally fine. I mean, zero pressure. So, but I'm like, it's not even 9 o'clock yet. So it's like, might as well. People want to hop on. We can chat. It's an impromptu live stream. It might be more fun to have somebody talk to or with. We can do some Q&A. We can just ask each other questions. If nobody wants to do it, it's no big deal either. It's not going to hurt my feelings. But I just thought, hey, might as well. Yeah, that's a good one. You're right, Scott. With Fisher Steven, The Burning, such a great movie, dude. Such a great movie. That's one of the first movies they had with Tom Savini did the special effects. I think Jason Alexander's in that movie too, isn't it? He's in The Burning, and who else is that? Ali Sheedy's in that too. And there's a pretty popular girl, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I can't remember. So there's a pretty famous gal in that movie too, not just Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. So, but yeah, The Burning, such a great movie. I have it back here somewhere. As you can tell, I'm a huge movie fan, especially horror movies. Phantasm, Snatch, Ninja 3: The Domination, House, Monster Squad, Halloween Part 3, which is my favorite Halloween movie. Day of the Dead and Night Breathes back there. Randy Macho Man Savage is back there. You can see Savage right there. So, yeah. Hey, no problem, George. I figured, you might be at school or work or whatever, so you might not be able to do anything. So, but, yeah. And like I said, there's no pressure. I don't care. If people don't want to get on, that's fine. I just thought, we've been talking about it. I'm like, yeah, if somebody wants to hop on, great. If they don't, no biggie. So, right now, Phil Collins is on my TV. Some girl just ran up from behind and grabbed him. Ooh. Yeah, what movie is this from? I don't even know. A Groovy Kind of Love. What movie is A Groovy Kind of Love from? Or what's Groovy Kind of Love? When did that song play in what movie? I don't remember. Trying to think. Here he is smoking cigarettes. You won't ever see that in movies hardly anymore. You never see a movie with a guy smoking it anymore, or I guess or a gal for that matter. What movie was this? Yes, and he has hair. That's true. That is true. Very true. I remember when he showed up in he played like the inspector in the movie Hook with Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams. I remember being like, oh, that's Phil Collins. Oh, man, no problem, dude. Like I said, honestly, I didn't expect anybody to be like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I just was like, hey, here's the link. If you want to come, somebody wants to pop on, great. If they don't want to, that's fine. Have you ordered Madman 48 on Vinegar? Yes. Oh, no, I have not, but I probably will. I'll eventually get it. I have Madman on DVD. I already have it on DVD or not Blu-ray, I don't think. But I have friends. I don't know if you all if you did, do you ever listen to deadpit.com, Scott, on YouTube? Wes and Aaron are good friends of mine from back in the olden days, back when they first started their channel before they was ever on YouTube, when they just had their own website. I used to be like on there, and I love Dead Pits. They're like, especially Wes. I mean, such a great channel on YouTube, and they did a whole big thing about Vinegar Syndrome's Valentine's Day thing, and they talked a lot about the Madman release. So yeah. Holly Hunter, that's what it was, Scott. Thank you. Holly Hunter was the other woman that became famous. Yes. I knew it was somebody. I just couldn't remember who. You watch the new Korean zombie things, All of Us Are Dead. No, I've heard things about it. I haven't checked that. Yeah, I have heard quite a few people I know put it over. So it's on my list, George. I will definitely eventually get around to watching it. But I love horror movies. I love zombie movies. Well, what was that? It sounds weird. Um, Mommy, oh, stand down. Uh, I will eventually get around to watch. I loved Train to Busan. Such a great movie. So if it's anything like that, then yes. That's cool, Scott. That's awesome. Yeah, Wes is probably a really good friend of mine. We used to be really tight, me and Aaron, but shockingly, years ago, there was a falling out, and things are better now than they were back then. But yeah, I talked to Wes today via text or via message. Yeah, he's a good guy. I like Wes a lot. He's solid dude. But yeah, I love Deadpin. Their channel's great. There's a guy they hang out with on there a lot. I never heard of it until I watched Deadpin called Garrett, and he has a channel called Born to Be Rad. I like his channel a lot too, a whole lot. I'm waiting for Kingdom to come back. I enjoyed it. Kingdom. I'm waiting for Kingdom to come back. I enjoy it. What do you mean? What's Kingdom? I guess I missed it. I'm waiting for Kingdom to come back. I enjoy it. Kingdom. What's Kingdom? Am I missing something? George of the Jungle. I always forget that Corey Feldman was in Stand By Me. River Phoenix. Is it Josh Brolin was in this? Or no? Not Josh Brolin. He was Kevin O'Connell? Kind of heavy set. I can't remember. Kingdom is a Korean zombie series set in old. Oh, that's cool. I would check that out too. What else? I still haven't watched Train yet. Wow, really, Scott? I figured that'd be something to be on your radar. It's a really good movie, dude. I did not think I would like it because, generally speaking, Asian horror movies do not work for me in general. And I mean, that's a guy who I used to live in Korea. I used to live in way more in Japan. I lived like short time in China. So I obviously love Asia, but I am not a big fan of their cinema. And so, in the past, I watched, all the different Japanese horror movies and a handful of the Korean stuff. And I was just like, I never hated it. And this was like, But when I saw Train to Busan, I was like, well, there we go. That's a keeper. So definitely give it a shot, I think. I still have, let's see, I listened to Without Your Head. I listened to Without Your Head, too. Is that a podcast or something, Scott? I don't know. Jerry O'Connell, okay. I thought that's who it was. It can certainly be a hit or miss all the time, yes. I mean, just like with anything else, for sure. I mean, by no means am I like crapping on Asian cinema. But when it comes to horror movies, I feel like it's way more misses than hits for me personally. But that does not mean anything. Like, I do love Asian like action movies, or crime movies, especially Japanese and Korean crime films, thrillers. I guess an action, even sometimes some dramas. But comedies and horror, it just doesn't translate. And it might be because obviously I don't speak the language fluently. So sometimes that stuff misses. And also the culture, I think comedy and horror are also very cultural. Like, it's very strong for the community, the culture it comes from. So sometimes those things don't translate. Like, my ex-wife, who's Japanese, she'll watch American comedies sometimes or whatever, and she's like, what? I mean, I'll watch Japanese comedies, even though I understand Japanese quite well. It doesn't translate. Like, the stuff they think is funny, I'm just like, what? So yeah, I think it does. I know, yeah, it is shocking. Yeah, I agree. The dramas can be pretty good. I agree. I like what's the main one of the main directors? Chat Park Chu Shu Woon Park or something. I can't remember. All of a sudden, he did. I think he did Snowpiercer and like Old Boy and like Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. I think I like that. That director's awesome. I think that's his name. Chen Woo Park, maybe. I really like him a lot. He does lots of good stuff. So yeah, it is. It is. It is, and it's on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Let me. What is it called again? What was it you said? I listened to Without Your Head. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Without Your Head. Whoops. I think it's under Without Your Head Radio. Without Your Head. Okay, I'll check it out, Scott. Thanks. I mean, I might like it. Yeah, I can't remember his name either, but he does a lot of great stuff. Yes, yes. I like him a lot. He's probably one of my favorite directors that I've seen. He's also directed some American movies, also recently, like Snowpiercer, for instance. And I think there's a couple other things he's done not too long ago. But he's kind of one of the few Asian directors that's come over here who's had pretty decent success. Because most times they come over here and it's more of a miss. Like Ang Lee, he tried to do movies and just didn't do well. John Woo did fine, but he did action movies. So, John Woo was pretty successful. But I mean, no Japanese directors I can think of came over here and filmed many movies. I can't think of any other than Sue Hark. I mean, but again, he's doing action martial art movies, which is what he's doing in Hong Kong or whatnot. So yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Hungry Eyes, dude. Dirty Dancing. Eric Carmen, baby. So this. Oh, Patrick Swayze. Oh, the Swayster. Oh, Patrick Swayze. Man. Talk about Jennifer Grey, dude. Talk about getting a nose job and ruining your career. Who would ever think that? She has such a unique look. She's really cute. After Dirty Dancing comes out, I guess she gets like a complex or something about her nose. She goes and gets a nose job. She looks completely different than she did before. And she never worked in Hollywood again. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. It was crazy. If you see Jennifer Grey, she's cute. She's really good looking. And then she gets a nose job and she just disappears into the abyss. It's what? And not the abyss, the wrestler, but the abyss. Man, dude. This song was played nonstop in my house growing up. My mom wore this song out, wore this movie out. It was creepy, probably. It was always on rotate at the old house where play, watch, rewind, rewatch. But yeah, I remember this song would come on MTV or VH1 or whatever. And my mom would be just playing it loud and she'd be singing it. I'm like, Mom, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. But I do that stuff with Luca now, so it comes full circle. Not with a song, but with music I like. So. It's so funny. They have this girl who's not in the movie, gyrating around in the rain while Eric Carmen's singing. But they don't actually show Patrick Swayze or Jennifer Grey, which are the two main focus of the movie. She was gorgeous before to me. Yeah, man, she was good looking. I thought she was so cute. Obviously I was younger. When that movie came out, I was probably in my early teens, maybe. I don't even remember. I might have been late elementary school. So I mean, it wasn't I was oh, she's so hot and she's so bangable. But I remember thinking she's really cute. And then as I got older, that's my mom or you just know the movie and all that stuff. And I was whatever happened to her? And I looked her up one time and it was she got a nose job and just disappeared. It was what? That's unbelievable. Man, let's think about, somebody who's your biggest crush in the 80s or the 90s, depending on how old we are, and some of us maybe the 70s. Who was your biggest crush that you just thought the girl was so hot? You're man, I wish she was my girlfriend when I was you're in grade school or your middle school. Man, mine was by far Winnie Cooper, Danica McKellar or whatever. She was like my go-to. Like I thought she was so cute. I remember thinking like, wow, Danica's so cute. I thought she was just the best. That was my go-to girl. What about you guys? Do you all have a specific girl that you're into? That you just thought was the best, was the cutest? I'm sure there was more, but I remember her definitely being the top of the list. I'm trying to think of anybody else, but definitely that was like around my age, of course. I mean, obviously, I could have been like pick all kinds of girl. I mean, you could do all that, but she definitely comes to mind. And knowing that we're around, the other girl was Soleil Moon Frye, Punky Brewster, and both of them later on in life both have turned out really good looking. So I'm thank God I picked some swans and not any ugly ducklings. So for sure. Yeah, probably teen. She was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off too. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, she was great in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's right. She was cute in that too. Yes. Yeah, she was definitely really cute in that. But because she was like trying to rat out Ferris the entire time. That's right. I remember she like calling Mr. Rooney or whatever. He's not really sick. He's not even at the house. Oh, here we go. Oh, who sings this? I can't remember who this is. Survivor. Dang it. Eye of the Tiger. I mean, I knew it was Eye of the Tiger, but I couldn't remember the band name. So yeah, Danica McKellen or whatever, and Soleil Moon Frye. If those names are correct, if I pronounce their names right. By far, those are the two go-to girls for me. And then let's see here. But that's it. Man, Rocky, dude. Rocky's like such a classic, man. Seriously. And for glory. You change your passion for glory. Elizabeth Shue. Nice. That's a good one. I don't hate you for that. That's for sure. Elizabeth Shue. Elizabeth Shue was obviously in Back to the Future. I feel like she was in something else that was also pretty big in the 80s too. I remember Christina Applegate and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Pretty hot in that. I forgot about her. She was pretty hot in that. But still, I guess I always thought she was a little bit older than me back in the day. But Elizabeth Shue, I feel like Elizabeth Shue got even hotter as she got older. Like if you didn't notice, like she was in if you've seen The Boys on Amazon Prime, she's in the first season. And I mean, I know she's probably like close to 60 at this point, I would assume. And maybe she is over 60. I have no idea. But man, she looks so hot as like late 50s, whatever she's supposed to be. I was like, wow, Elizabeth Shue, good genetics, dude. Whatever you got going on for you, keep it up, Buttercup, because that was legit. But I remember her being really hot in the movie Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon. Elizabeth Shue, I definitely would not be shooing her away. Bump, bump. To survive. Yeah. Oh yeah, Karate Kid. I can't believe I forgot that. Yes. Karate Kid, by far the best, the cutest version of young Elizabeth Shue, in my opinion. Yes. Yes, Karate Kid. Daniel! Yeah, dude. When she's there with Mr. Miyagi, he's like, yes, dude. Elizabeth Shue. Yeah. Man, I cannot believe they got Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid's back with Cobra Kai. Oh, they got to bring Elizabeth Shue back in there. They got to get Elizabeth Shue into the show. Maybe has she already showed up? Maybe I only watched like the first 1 or 2 seasons. I think I've only seen the first 2 seasons. I need to spend the time and go. I need to go buy the DVDs or the Blu-rays or whatever, and watch it with my son because I know he would love the show. I introduced him to Stranger Things a year ago, and he was like, "Dude, this is the best thing ever." So I need to do the same thing with Karate Kid because Stranger Things was like such an '80s show. It is such an '80s show, like vibe, and he loved it. I'm like, yes. Yep, and Piranha. Well, hold on, what? She's in it. So she does show up in it. I guess I must have missed it. She must have showed up in a different season. I must have missed. And Piranha plus House and Denner was back to the Cobra Kai. Hold on, what now? Hope that Blues was yes, yep. And Piranha. Oh, okay. Yeah, Piranha plus House of the Dead and was back. Oh, she wasn't back in Cobra Kai. Okay. I don't remember her being in Piranha. She must have been really young in Piranha. I just don't remember Piranha that well. I mean, I've watched it. I had it as Joe Dante, but plus House of the Dead. She was in the video game adaptation of the movie, or the movie adaptation of the video game House of the Dead. She was in that. How did I miss that? She was in season 3, I think. Oh shoot. Okay. I know they got Tamala and Tomita back, the one who plays like the Japanese girl. I can't remember her name in the show, but her real name is like Tamala Tomita. I know I saw she showed up in season 3, I think. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching that because also isn't the bad Japanese guy is also back. I can't remember. I think he actually ends up being a good guy or something in the TV show, but you don't really know for sure. I can't remember his name, but that guy was like the only like legit villain, like out of all the guys in the movie that you really felt like you would like kill somebody. All the other ones were kind of hokey. It was like whatever. But like that guy, whatever his name is, I can't remember what his name was. His real name or his Karate Kid name. That guy was the only one you like, dude, he's gonna kill somebody. Like for real, he's gonna kill somebody. Like this guy, like gives me the vibe that he wants to kill you. So like he did a great job. That guy did a great job. So she was in the remake version. The remake version of House of the Dead. Huh, I gotta go back and watch that. I guess I gotta pull it up. Oh, Heart to Heart. This is from Mannequin, I think. Together. Yeah, I think this is from Mannequin. This is was it Andrew McCarthy, Kim Cattrall, Estelle Getty, the guy who plays Hollywood. What's his real name? What's his real name in real life? Hollywood. But you can't get away with a character like that nowadays either. What was Meshack Taylor? That's his name. Meshack Taylor. Man, I pulled that out of the like, woo. But yeah, Meshack Taylor, dude. He was also on Designing Women. You could never get away with a character like that nowadays. People would lose their minds playing a character like that, dude. He played Hollywood. He was in the first 2 movies. Man, unbelievable. You would definitely, people would lose their ever-loving mind if I don't know if Meshack Taylor was gay or not, but especially if he was straight, playing a character that like over the top, do get canceled. He get canceled like Joe Rogan. They tried to cancel. Oh, what was it? The guy who played the cop, like the jerk chief of police in Police Academy. Also, I can't remember his name, but he's in this. It's like the jerk police officer in here. Yes, he is back. Piranha. Oh, she was in the remake. Oh, she was in the remake of Piranha. Okay, I do remember that. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. I was like the original Piranha. I was like, I don't think so, but I was like, well, what do I know? Maybe she was, but I was like, she was in it. She had to be like a kid because she was probably like in her late teens when she did Back to the Future and Karate Kid, and Piranha came out like in 77 or 78 or whatever. Like she had to be like 10 or something. I was like, I don't know. That's funny. Oh, geez. All right, guys. Hey, I'm going to hop off here. It's like I've been on here an hour, 40 minutes. I honestly thought I'd be on here for like 20 minutes and be done. So I really appreciate everybody hanging out. Oh, somebody's going to pop on. Maybe I'll stay. Okay, Scott, I'll stay. If you're popping on, I'll stay.
Well, I figured it was easier than trying to reply to you on there. Elizabeth Shue is in the remake of Piranha.
Having technical difficulties?
Probably.
Oh, yeah, this is Footloose right here. Kenny Loggins, Footloose. Maybe I need to kick you off and put you back on.
I don't know. I don't ever use.
Remove from stream. Let's see if I can put you back in. Add to stream. Huh. That's weird. Maybe you didn't mean to do that. Maybe you didn't mean to go click on here. For what? I mean, what I got. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. Yeah, Kevin Bacon smoking and drinking. John Lithgow was the preacher in the town.
Oh, God. Footloose?
Man, they're talking about the good old days. Oh, man, this is bringing back some memories. Oh, Footloose. Talk about Kevin Bacon, man. Friday the 13th, I think that was his first movie.
That was his first
Jason
one.
got him. Well, not actually Jason. It was his mother. His
Right.
mother got him.
Which people don't ever remember.
What's her name?
Betsy
Mrs.
Palmer.
Voorhees. Did she go by her first name? I can't remember. I know her real name was like Betsy Palmer.
Yep.
Mrs. Voorhees. She got Kevin Bacon. She cooked his bacon. I don't know, Scott. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you're trying to get on or not. I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it was a mistake or what's happening. So I appreciate everybody. Scott, email me and I'll give you my phone number and we can do this tomorrow or Friday or whatever. Works for you. We'll get on. We can talk movies, whatever. So until next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.